Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1969 Seattle Pilots What If scenario. Today's matchup features the Chicago White Sox versus the Seattle Pilots at Six Stadium. On the mound for the White Sox today is Tommy John, whose record is 5-4 with a 2.89 ERA. And pitching for the Pilots today is Jerry Stephenson, whose record is 1-0 with a 3.16 ERA. And it is game 2 of our Twilight doubleheader today. We played a game earlier today and lost 5-4 in extra innings. We were actually out of that ball game pretty early on, and yet we fought our way back, made it interesting, but we used up a lot of our pitching, so it'll be interesting to see which members of our bullpen is not available for today's game. Jerry Stephenson is making his first start of the season ever since we moved him in to fill in for Steve Barber, who has now been shoved into the bullpen. And I think it's the right decision. I mean, if you know me, I'm not a big fan of left-handed starters. I mean, you have to have something special like Bob Meyer's 97-mile-an-hour fastball. That is a reason to give him a start every 5 days. Steve Barber didn't have that, although he did get off to a good start to the season. He got injured, he came back, and he made 3 horrible starts where he didn't even get past 4 innings. So he's in the bullpen, and Jerry Stephenson gets the start today. So let's go ahead and get started with today's ball game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. And guess what? This is our 900th video for the channel. Kind of amazing I've made it this far. Thank you so much for everyone's support over this period. Only 100 more videos and I've hit 1,000. I hope you give me a prize for that. Mike Marshall unavailable today, so we do not have a closer. Everybody else is good. So I guess Diego Segui will be our right-handed closer for today's ball game. There's Jerry Stephenson. Overall numbers looking pretty good. And our lineup versus Tommy John, the lefty. We've already faced Tommy John twice this year, I believe. So we go to our lineup versus lefties, which means Don Bosch will play center field in place of Tommy Agee, who does not hit lefties well. And Gary Sutherland will play second base in place of our left-hander, Van Kelly. Okay, so there's our lineup. We'll go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Chicago White Sox, and then we'll take a look at Jerry Stephenson. Batting leadoff, playing third base, is Pete Ward. Batting second at first base is Bob Spence. Batting third in center field is Mack Jones. Batting cleanup, playing shortstop is Woodie Held. Batting fifth and catching is Don Paveltich. Batting sixth in left field is Carlos May. Batting seventh in right field is Walt Williams. Batting eighth is George Orta at second, and the pitcher Tommy John in the ninth spot. Okay, let's take a look here at Jerry Stephenson making his first start. He had 18 relief appearances this year. 1-0 with a 3.16 ERA. He's thrown 37 innings in relief with 35 Ks. Pretty solid. Doesn't walk a ton. And opponent's batting average is .213. So he's been pretty darn good. He's got a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, which is his secondary pitch. His screwball is his out pitch. Overall rated a 76. The 25-year-old right-hander goes to arbitration at the end of the year. The only real reason that I did not put him in the rotation earlier is that his endurance is a 69, which means he probably won't even get to 100 pitches. So that, in my mind, is a liability. But you know what? We just need people who can get outs. And if he's that guy, then we will take advantage of it. There's our defense for today. Of course, Johnson at first and Gary Sutherland at second base, both below average. Defensively and in right field is Harper. So the whole right side of our field is, below average defensively. Not that I know what that means, really. Okay, so here we go with Jerry Stephenson facing Pete Ward. Ward, 2-2 count, strikes out on that screwball. That is his out pitch. So let's go to that in every two-strike situation. One down. Here is Bob Spence, 281. 4 home runs on the year. He drops it over the third baseman's head down the left field line and is held to a single by Hegan as he gets it in quickly. 1 out, runner on first. Here is Mack Jones. Jones batting 165 versus right-handers. There is strikeout number 2 as Jones goes down looking. That'll bring up Woodie held. Held 2 outs, runner on first, and also a sub-200 hitter. And of course, you can't get through an inning without giving up a walk. So first and second with 2 down, and Don Paveltich up. Paveltich, I think I hate this guy. I mean, he threw out 4 base runners in game 1 of the doubleheader, and he's got the worst arm in the American League. Here he pops it up on the infield, and I don't know who's going to call for that. It looks like it was our shortstop, Kessinger. So we get out of the inning, strand those runners, and we go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the official lineup rundown for the Seattle Pilots. Batting leadoff in right field is Tommy Harper. Batting second in the left field is Mike Hegan. Batting third at third base is Rich Rollins. Batting cleanup, playing first base is Deron Johnson. Batting fifth and catching is Jerry McNertney. Batting sixth in center field is Don Bosch. Batting seventh at second base is Gary Sutherland. Batting eighth at shortstop is Don Kessinger. And finally, in the ninth spot is our pitcher Jerry Stephenson. We've got Tommy John on the mound, making his 12th start, 5-4 with that 2.89 ERA. Doesn't walk many, also doesn't really strike out anyone, maybe 1 K every other inning. 2 complete game shutouts this year. Doesn't even have a fastball. His sinker is his out pitch. Supposedly has a spitball. Overall rated an 83. The 26-year-old lefty is a free agent in 1972. Let's look at his log. He has faced us 3 times. This is his 4th appearance and 12 starts. So how has he done? A complete game shutout, a complete game wipeout, 5 2/3, giving up 8 runs and 10 hits. And then, not a complete game, a complete wipeout is what I should have said. And then a bad performance, although he got the win, giving up 6 runs in 8 innings. So he's got 2 wins and a loss against us so far this year. Okay, so let's see if we can handle him here. Taking a look at their defense. There it is. I mean, not good up the middle with the catcher, shortstop, and second baseman, but it absolutely means nothing at all. So we can't even really consider it. Here's Tommy Harper leading off. Ground ball to second. George Orta making the play, 1 out. That'll bring up Mike Hegan. We're going to let the lefty bat versus the lefty. Normally I would take our lefties out versus left-handers, but Hegan seems to have a little bit of proficiency against left-handers, and we need him in the lineup as he pops out to short. 2 down. Here is Rich Rollins. I believe he is in the worst slump of anybody. Yeah, he's batting 195 in his last 20 games. He's 15 for 77, so. But who else do we have to play third as he lines out to first? So a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the second with Carlos May leading off. It's May, Williams, and Orta. May strikes out, 3rd K for Stephenson. He's looking as advertised. That good ERA, striking out 3 so far. Ground ball to second base. That's Sutherland over there. making the play. Second down. Here's the rookie, George Orta. Orta gets a base hit up the middle. Second hit for the Sulks today. And an error by Bosch moves them into scoring position. That would normally piss me off, but it is the pitcher who's up. So I can't imagine he would get a hit. But knowing the game, it's possible. No, it's a strikeout. That's 4 Ks. We go to the bottom of the bottom of the second inning. And we've got Deron Johnson leading off. Here we go. Johnson had a good first game. He had a couple hits. Just does not come through with a big hit yet for us as he grounds out to second base. Orta making the play. Next up is McNertney. He had a couple hits in the first ball game, including our only extra base hit. It was a double. And a base hit in the center. So the Pilots get their first hit. McNertney, again, this just proves how little the stats mean. McNertney's a 69 rated hitter, the worst hitter in our lineup based on the ratings, and yet he's got our best batting average. So, I don't know. Not including Bosch, who's only a part-time hitter here. 0-2 count to Bosch, popping it up. I bet you if I tried to steal with McNertney, he'd be safe. Right? I mean, that's just the way it goes. Anybody with speed gets thrown out. Here's Sutherland. Sutherland. First time we've seen him in a while. As he's really only playing versus left-handers now. Grounds out to short. Third, no score. Top of the lineup with Pete Ward. He is 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. And there's Ward getting over on Stephenson with a home run. A solo shot, of course it's his first of the year. Only our opponents who don't play get home runs. Bob Spence flies out. Mack Jones strikes out. With a loss today, we will be under 500 for the first time all year. Woodie held walks. 2 walks, 5 Ks for Stephenson. And Paveltich hits a grounder to second. Sutherland throws them out. So, White Sox on the board and with the lead 1-0 on Ward's first home run of the season. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Here is Don Kessinger. He had a good game. He was the player of the game in game 1 as he grounds out to short. 1 out for Jerry Stephenson. Now Stephenson's, he's got 5 at-bats all in relief. So it tells you he's played in games where our pitcher has gotten blown out early and he's had to take a few at-bats. So he's earned that walk. Good job by Stephenson. Absolutely stupid that the game does that. Tommy John does not even have a strikeout. And yet he's given up a walk. You know it's coming. Yeah, here it is. Yep. You can't walk without having a strikeout. The worst frickin' programming of any game I've ever seen as Hegan flies out to left. They're going to the top of the 4th inning. Stephenson at 66 pitches already, though. I guess that's what happens when you go to full counts. Here we go, 2-2 count to Carlos May, popping it up at home plate. That is likely going to be an error. Oh, nope, it will be popped up and caught by the catcher. Those are like 50-50 shots when they're popped up in front of the mound like that. 1 out, Walt Williams. Pretty solid hitter, batting .284. And he's safe on an error by Sutherland. Nothing could have been more obvious. If you can't get an error on that pop-up, it was going to happen sooner or later in the inning. We are going to bring third base in. I don't think he's going to lay down a bunt, but we'll just, it doesn't matter. So now we got to bring all the infield in. Oh, I guess we can't? Corner's in, I guess. First and second, 1 down. Here we go. 2-1 count. Ground ball to first. Oh, they go to third. Wow, that's kind of a new wrinkle to the sack bunt. As Deron Johnson, not a real good defensive first baseman, but making the right play. The other thing, I mean, but what that does, though, why that is so stupid, is because you have the wheel play right there, okay? That's what the wheel play does. It moves people around so that the first baseman can go to third. But if you could do it anyway on a regular bunt, then why even offer that? So, I mean, I'm grateful. It's not going to make a difference, but because Pete Ward is going to come through one way or another. I guess he's going to fly out to center. But that makes the... I mean, this is a push-button game. You just push bat. There's nothing else to do because the other plays don't make any sense. Rich Rollins getting off the schneid with a double down the left field line. Does he lead our team in doubles now? Nope, he's got 4, which is pathetic for an everyday starter, but the leadoff man on second. Here's Deron Johnson looking for anything from this guy. He'll take a walk here. That does set up a double play with the catcher at the plate. Now, a walk often followed by a strikeout. Jerry McNertney betting 302 versus left-handers. And kind of dumb on my part for having a catcher catch both ends of a doubleheader. Probably should have thought a little bit more about that. Yeah, there's your strike. Oh, no, it's a base hit to center. Rollins around third, scores. Johnson goes to third. First and third, nobody out. And we've got a little rally going here. Okay, now we're going to ask Don Bosch to try to get the ball to the outfield. Left field and center field would be good. Right field would be tough because Walt Williams has a rifle for an arm. No, he strikes out. So that doesn't matter. We're going to hit and run with Gary Sutherland. He's only average at that skill set, but a ground ball in play will score a run. Oh, it's a base hit into left center field. That'll give us the lead. McNertney goes to third, and an RBI single from Sutherland coming through in a spot start. We could hit and run again, actually, with Kessinger. His contact is only 81, but he does not strike out much in general. So we got to feel good about that. And a line drive down the left field line up against the wall. McNertney scores. Sutherland goes to third, and it's 3-0. You know what? I'm going to ask Jerry Stephenson to do something that you should never ask any pitcher to do. And let's try to hit a fly ball. Oh, gosh. He just walked for the second time. That is so stupid. But Tommy John, you know, has been wild and has given up a ton of hits. Bases loaded now for Tommy Harper. This has strikeout written all over it. 2-1 count, though. And it's going to clear the bases as a double into the gap. We're sending the runner home, and Stephenson is safe from first. A 3 RBI double for Harper. And it's 6-1. The mogul is on. Harper's 5th double of the season. Well, we were due for one of these games. We've lost 6 in a row. As Hegan lines it to third for out number 2. And Rich Rollins, who led off the inning with a double, will bat for the second time here. Comebacker through the middle. Harper will go around third and score easily. Aw, not easily at all. 40% chance. I mean, we're up 6. Mack Jones has a good arm. I'm going to say no. We got Deron Johnson due up. I mean, Harper is 10 for 21 in stolen bases. He's 45%. So, like, obviously he's not a base runner. We just got to let Deron Johnson stroke it. Oh, he gets his first home run of the season for the Pilots, and that will chase Tommy John from the ball game. It is 9-1. Oh my gosh. Wow. This makes me feel a little bit better about life. As they bring in Wilbur Wood. Wilbur Wood's a knuckleballer. That is his main pitch. Only his 5th appearance of the year, so not a lot to see here. He has given up a bunch of hits. He does have a fastball, but really the knuckleball is the only pitch he's got. Rated in 83, the 27-year-old lefty is arbitration eligible at the end of the year. Okay, let's keep it going here. Let's get another rally going. Whoa. That is a walk on that knuckleball. So, runner on first, 2 down. Here's Don Bosch. 9 runs already in, and a base hit to center field. McNertney going to third. Oh, nope, he's going to be held up. I'm really not happy with our third base coach here. You're up 9-1. You got to keep the pressure on. Now, Gary Sutherland, he drove in the first run for us, so maybe he's got one more in him. He's a .348 hitter versus lefties. 1-2 count. Oh, a ground ball into the hole at short. And that will do it. You can't argue with the results as we moguled the hell out of them there in the 4th. 9-1 Pilots headed to the top of the 5th inning. I think Stephenson's only got one more inning in him here. So let's see if we can at least get him a win. As Spence whiffs for the 6K for Jerry Stephenson. Then he'll come back with a walk, of course. They're down 8 runs. It would be stupid if they stole here, but this game doesn't have anything smart about it. There's another walk, so that's going to do it for Stephenson. You know what? I'm going to give him one more opportunity because it is the catcher batting. There's no speed here. This could be a double play, although Stephenson is a fly ball pitcher, so we'll see. That was a 3-run home run, so that was my fault. I left him in too long. And this is a ball game. It's 9-4. We are going to bring in Steve Barber. He pitched in the game earlier. We don't care. We're going to run him back out there. That was his first appearance in relief. He went 1 1/3. Gave up 1 hit, 1 walk. But no runs, so that's the key. It's lefty on lefty with 1 out. Here we go. Oh, come on, man. I hate this game so much. It is so garbage. Yep. So let's just give them all the runs right back. That looks like another error. We've already got 3 errors. This will be number 4. Nope. Pinch hitter is Dick Kentworthy. Not Ken Dickworthy. Ground ball to second. So they get 3 back on a 3-run home run. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. They're going to bring in Don Eddy. You see his rookie card here, 1972. And pitching okay. 91-mile-an-hour fastball. That's his best pitch. Kessinger, batting right-handed. Everybody they've pitched today is left-handed, right? We're going to let Barber bat here. Yeah, this game is not over, folks. This game is not over. Not until everybody in the infield makes at least 1 error. Back-to-back outs by our third baseman after making that costly error. And then Barber gets a K. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, keeping it moving. What else is there to do? There's a walk to Rollins. Here's Deron Johnson. He had a big fly. Ground ball to third. That's around the horn. Going to the 7th inning. Taking out Barber. Bringing in Dick Bates. When in doubt, you go to Dick Bates. Take a look at him. He only pitched 1 game, went 4 innings in relief. We hung him out to dry a little bit there. So he did have 4 Ks. I don't know what he's really capable of, but he's got to give us at least 1 inning here as Woodie pops it up. And another error. That is our 4th error. Why not? That'll give them a couple more runs here. There's a walk. Let's see what they get. Carlos May striking out. 1 out. Walt Williams popping it up. And George Orta. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, surprised. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Jerry McNertney. Fly deep to right center field. There's 1 out. Here's Don Bosch walking. There's so many walks between the 2 teams today. I kind of want to hit and run, but we're up 5 runs. That's not something you would do in real baseball. As if that matters. Jerry Sutherland. We're going to send him home. And Bosch is safe. Score 1 for the good guys. It's 10-4. Sutherland, 5 doubles in 10 games. We only start him versus lefties, but he does seem to come through, doesn't he? Here's Kessinger. Ground ball to second. Sutherland will go to third. We have a 6-run lead. I think we got to send Bates back out there. So we'll let him take a cut. Oh, that might fall in. It's going to slice in, drop. Oh, it does fall in for a hit. Dick Bates, in his second at-bat of the season, gets a base hit and a ribby. That's dumb. And then Tommy Harper helping us move along here to the 8th. Pinch hitter, Gale Hopkins. We've seen him every game. Can't get into the lineup other than a pinch hitter. Ground ball into the hole at short. Kessinger tosses him out. 1 out. Now we got a bunch of lefties due up. Bates strikes out Ward. 2 down. 2 Ks for Bates. And then Spence flies out to center. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's Don Dennis. Don Dennis hadn't pitched since 1966 before making the roster out of spring training, looking pretty solid. Wow, a 120. Opponent's batting average. Doesn't really have a fastball. The curve is his out pitch. 27-year-old righty. Arbitration eligible next year. Okay, so this is our first right-hander we've seen. Here's Mike Hegan. And a base hit. That's what you might expect from a lefty on righty. Next up is Rich Rawl. Oh, he gaps it into right center field. Can Hegan score from first? Nope. He holds at third. Rollins, 5th double on the season. Okay, nobody out. Runners at second and third. And I think Darren Johnson, player of the game. Let's see if he can come through with another big shot. Oh, nope. He pops it up on the infield. There's out number 1. Maybe Jerry McNertney could be that guy. 1-2 count. Nope. That was easily going to be a strikeout. That'll leave it up to Bosch to get a couple runs in here. It's 0-1 count. And a ground ball to second. Oh, an error, of course. That's 5 errors today. And it's 12-4. And Gary Sutherland will fly out to left. Unless it's an error. The way things are going, it's like 30-40% chance every play is an error. We're going to the 9th inning. I guess we have to let Dick Bates pitch one more. We have a 8-run lead. He's been good so far. Jamming Mack Jones. Caught on the lip of the grass by our shortstop, Kessinger. And a walk, because of course. Don Paveltich popping it up. And we're down to our final out. Perhaps. Yep. Carlos May with the game on the line. Strikes out, and it's over. Handshakes, butt slaps, slappy steaks. As the Pilots win 12-4, and we break our 6-game losing streak, and we're back above 500. Don't forget, we're going to go 12-15. That's already been decided, I believe, by the game. And this is going to take forever. It did the first time around. It will again. It took about 4 minutes, and I had to edit it out, so we'll see what happens here. As long as it eventually goes. Oh, there we go. All right. So we have a trade offer. It's Luis Alcaraz from the Mets. Oh, okay. Not horrible. Can't really hit. Wow. He struck out 50 times already. No, thank you. And I don't want to give up these two guys. Skip Lockwood and Miguel Fuentes they're part of our future. So I'm going to say no. Okay. Let's take a look at the standings. American League, we got a win. Woohoo! Look at the National League. And San Diego sitting on 11 wins. Oh, man. Okay, let's take a look at the headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. Feels good to talk about a victory. Here's George Thomas. He goes 4 for 5 in a 9-8 win. He had a home run, RBI. Hal King went 3 for 5 with a double. Yaz had 2 hits and 3 at-bats. Don Locke went 2 for 5. So what they're saying there is basically a pretty good game for Boston. That's it. Let's take a look at transactions. Oh, there is a trade. Okay, we have California trading their second baseman, their rookie second baseman. He's a 27-year-old rookie. Billy Parker, pretty solid. I think he had a couple of errors against us. I don't know. He's been playing third base as well. He doesn't really play anywhere well defensively. But he is going to Clevetown for a couple of interesting cats. There is Kurt Bavacqua, 1984 World Series hero of the Padres, versus my Tigers. Also has one of the best baseball cards. It was the Bazooka Bubblegum card where he blew a big bubble to win that contest. And then we have, Jim Norris. So a couple minor leaguers. He is a right fielder. And both those players need time to develop. So, okay, that's a cool trade, though. I like that. All right, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. This is the third video of the day. I did, of course, game 1 of the doubleheader. And then I opened up 2 packs of 2021 by Panini. And I pulled a awesome quarterback rookie card. It was a blue prism card. So it's, if you're not familiar with sports card lingo, that means that it is a variation on the base card that has more value. So a pretty cool card overall. So check that out. Player of the game is going to be Deron Johnson, hitting his first home run as a Pilot. He has 2 on the year, 3 ribbies. Everybody walked. Everybody struck out. Steve Barber gets the win in relief. Good job by him. Really a good job by Stephenson. He threw that one bad pitch for the 3-run home run, giving up 2 home runs. Overall, Dick Bates gets a save in relief going 3 innings. You don't see that too often. Tommy John takes the loss. He is 5-5 overall, 2-2 against the Tigers. Okay, that's going to do it. We're going to come back tomorrow. I predict another double header while we are on a Christmas break this week. I have a little bit more time than normal, so perhaps I can get 2 games in tomorrow. That is the goal. So until then, everyone, have a great day.